Ros Wade, I'm the Learning Officer at the Museum of Zoology, and we are here at Coldhams Common to listen to the dawn chorus. It's about 5:30 on a slightly chilly morning at the end of April, and I'm joined by Dr Rob Pople, who's going to be guiding us through some of the birdsong that we can hear. So why is it such a good idea to listen to birdsong early in the morning?
Well, there's a variety of reasons. In many ways there's not so many other noises competing with them. The traffic noise, it's nice and quiet at the moment. But it's also the time of day that most birds are singing most strongly in general. And people think that's for a combination of reasons. Maybe the cool air and the stillness. Quite often in the early morning is a good time for their songs to travel. Very early on it's possibly quite too dark for a lot of species to look for food, so it's a good time to sing rather than try and find food. And also for some species could be a way of showing that for the males in particular that they've survived the night and their territory is still occupied.
Fantastic. And we're doing this because it's International Dawn Chorus Day on May the 2nd. Is this a really good time of year as well to listen to birdsong?
Yeah, it's basically the time of year when the most species are singing. You can hear some most of the year from our resident species, but in April, May, it's when the resident species is still singing, but also the species that migrate to the UK to breed here in the summer are also arriving and singing as well. So May in particular is a particularly good time in terms of the number of species singing.
Can you tell us a couple of things that we can hear at the moment?
There's the seesawing of the great tit, sometimes transcribed as teacher, 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 teacher. Some more woodpigeons giving their generally 5-note coo. Coo, 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 coo. Crow giving its harsh craw. There's the Wren song just then. Another one replying to it. Probably 2 robins singing now. Robin's quite a difficult song to describe, I think, but because you can hear it most of the year round, it's a good one to learn through the autumn and the winter. Chiff-chaff in the background over this way. Chiff-chaff, chiff-chaff. Sometimes it gets it wrong, does 2 chiffs and then a chaff, or vice versa. Burst of Dunnock sung there, high pitched and quite hurried. I think of it a bit as like an excited toddler telling its parents what it's just seen. There's a crow in the distance. I quite often do it in batches of 3. Crow, crow, crow. Whereas the rooks, it's a bit more sort of, just general chatty when they like. Burst of Wren song behind us. Very loud, quite often delivered from quite low in dense vegetation. So, yeah, the height and the place that you're hearing something from can often help. If it's high up, then and in the open, then it might be a species like Blackbird or missel thrush or song thrush or robin. If it's down in the undergrowth, somewhere like this, it's probably something like a wren, possibly a dunnock, maybe one of the warblers.
Do different species sing at different times in the morning?
They do, yeah. I mean, at this time of year, lots of species will be singing for a good chunk of the morning, but in terms of when they start up, it can vary. Typically, the ones, if you open your window at 4 or 4:30, you might quite often hear Blackbird, robin, song thrush. They're quite often amongst the very early ones, and then maybe wren and great tit and dunnock joining, and then some of the other species, maybe some of the warblers, some of the finches might join a bit later on. But yeah, it sounds like it's maybe a blackcap. There we go. That's a nice warble from. It's quite classic of blackcap. Starts a bit tentatively and a bit scratchy, and then gradually gets purer notes and louder. Yeah, and the blackcap behind us. Or maybe two birds. Yeah, it sounds like there are two blackcaps, one closer in front of us. It's a nice close blackbird. Relatively low pitched compared to lots of common bird songs. Sounds very mellow and quite relaxed to me. It's a favourite of lots of people, I think, particularly later in the summer, singing late into the evening. Call of the great tit, and then above us the buzzing of a long-tailed tit. Most people say don't actually have a proper song, but they're very vocal birds, always chatting to each other. Thrushes singing against each other, quite close to each other. And a hurried warble of a dunnock as well in there, but they're both sort of choosing a phrase, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 syllables long, then repeating it multiple times and then moving to a new phrase. Feels like this is a territorial dispute and they're so close to each other. Descending warble of the Willow Warbler. High energy burst of song from a wren. very loud, lots of trills and twitters.